Welcome to True Life Lessons, where we explore the deepest truths of human existence through simple, timeless stories of the soul. In a quiet corner of the world, beside a gentle flowing river, lived an old man named Hari, alone yet complete. Though he possessed very few material things in this life, Hari lived every single day with a spirit of immense richness. His home was not filled with gold or silver, but it was filled with a peace that money could never buy. Every morning began with a simple ritual, sweeping the dust away, clearing his mind as he cleared the ground before him. He would light a small oil lamp, a symbol of gratitude for the gift of life and the breath in his lungs. For Hari, prayer was not asking for more, but simply saying thank you for everything that he had already been given. His only companion was a gentle cow named Gori, who shared his simple life and provided him with milk every day. Some days the bucket was full, and other days it was nearly empty, but Hari never complained about the amount received. He would softly whisper to Gori, saying that whatever amount she gave was exactly enough for his needs on that day. This was the essence of his philosophy, to accept what life offers without greed or the desire for excessive accumulation. Before he drank, he always shared a portion with the birds and stray animals that visited his humble little home. He believed deeply that giving should never be a calculated act, for calculation shrinks the vastness of a kind heart. When we start counting what we give, we lose the true spirit of generosity and the joy that comes with it. One afternoon, a weary traveller passed by the river, his face marked by the exhaustion of a long and difficult journey. He stopped to rest and looked at the old man's home, surprised by how little he seemed to own or possess. Hari welcomed the stranger with open arms, offering him cool water and a place to sit in the shade. The traveller looked around the empty room and asked how Hari could live without fear when he had so few possessions. He wondered how anyone could feel secure without locks on the doors or chests full of money for the future. Hari smiled a smile that reached his eyes and shared a simple truth that would change the traveller's perspective forever. He explained that when you are truly grateful for the little things, those little things become more than enough for you. He pointed to the sunset and said that nature provides a beauty that no amount of gold could ever hope to purchase. The traveller began to understand that his own heavy backpack was filled with worries, while Hari's empty hands held freedom. That night, the humble hut felt like a palace filled with the warmth of wisdom and the light of contentment. The traveller left the next morning with a lighter step, carrying a lesson that was far more valuable than money. Seasons changed and time marched on, testing the resilience of the land and the spirit of the people living there. A terrible drought descended upon the region, drying up the rivers and turning the green fields into dust and despair. Panic spread through the village like wildfire as people began to hoard resources and look at their neighbors with suspicion. Fear made them selfish, and the community that once shared everything now closed their doors and their hearts to others. Amidst this chaos, Hari remained an island of calm, continuing his daily rituals with the same steady and peaceful rhythm. A group of villagers came to him, their voices raised in anger and fear, asking how he could remain so still. They shouted at him, demanding to know why he was not fighting for water or panicking like the rest of them. Hari gently asked them to sit, but their fear was too great, keeping them on their feet, ready to run or fight. He held up a bowl of water and asked them to observe what happens when a hand shakes with fear. He showed them that if he feared the water would run out, his hand would tremble, and he would spill it all. The villagers watched in silence, realizing that their panic was causing them to lose the very thing they were trying to save. But if I trust in tomorrow, he said, my hand remains steady, and I can drink calmly and fully today. He offered the water to a thirsty child, demonstrating that faith allows us to share even when resources seem to be scarce. A silence fell over the crowd as the simple truth of his words pierced through the fog of their collective fear. Slowly, the atmosphere changed, and acts of kindness began to replace the selfish hoarding that had taken over the village. They realized that surviving the drought was not just about water, but about keeping their humanity and community spirit alive. Hari watched them with a heart full of hope, knowing that they had learned a lesson more vital than survival itself. True wealth is not measured by what we gather into our barns, but by how we cherish what we have. Happiness does not come from having more, but from the deep gratitude and kindness we extend to the world around us. As if responding to their change of heart, the sky darkened and the first drops of rain began to fall. The rain washed away the dust and the fear, bringing life back to the parched earth and the weary souls. Celebration erupted in the village, not just for the water, but for the return of their unity and shared happiness. Hari sat quietly by his window, sipping tea, knowing that the real miracle was the change within the people's hearts. Life is like that water drop. It is precious, fleeting, and meant to nourish everything it touches on its journey. When the storm passes, what remains is the strength we built together and the love we shared during the darkness. Even Gori seemed to understand, chewing the fresh grass with a contentment that mirrored her master's peaceful state of mind. Gratitude is a cycle. When you give without expectation, it returns to you in ways you could never have imagined. Yet Hari kept only what he needed, ensuring that the flow of giving continued to move through him to others. Like the river that flows endlessly, our lives find meaning only when we contribute to the greater ocean of humanity. In the silence of his heart, Hari found a treasure that no thief could steal and no drought could destroy. We often search the world for happiness, forgetting that it blooms quietly in the garden of a grateful and kind heart. Let your life be like that lamp, burning bright not to show off, but to provide warmth and light to others. Look within yourself today and ask what burdens you are carrying that can be replaced with the lightness of gratitude. Teach the young that having enough is a mindset, not a number in a bank account or a storehouse. Just as a seed needs water to grow, our souls need the nourishment of appreciation to truly flourish in this life. Years may pass and faces may change, but the principles of a true life remain as constant as the northern star. His legacy was not written in books, but in the daily habits of a village that learned to love simply. The river keeps flowing, reminding us that everything changes, yet the water remains water, and truth remains truth. Let go of your fear of the future, for it robs you of the strength you need to handle the present. Stand firm in your values, and you will find that even the harshest drought cannot dry up your inner well. We are all travelers on this earth, walking each other home, sharing the water and the wisdom we find along the way. May you find the courage to live like Hari, with open hands, an open heart, and a spirit free from fear. Look at your life today and count your blessings, for in that counting you will find you are already wealthy. Beauty exists everywhere for those who have the eyes to see it and the humility to appreciate its silent presence. Nurture your environment, and it will nurture you back. This is the sacred contract between man and the earth. As the day ends, find comfort in the simple fact that you have lived, you have loved, and you have enough. The universe is vast and we are small, yet our capacity to love and be grateful makes us infinite. Rest now in the knowledge that true happiness is not a destination, but a way of traveling through this world. Remember always that happiness is never about having what you want, but wanting what you have and sharing it. Thank you for watching True Life Lessons. May your heart be full and your life be blessed with abundant peace.